Well, it was a brief meeting. It was, he demanded that his attorney, John Henry Brown, be brought into the interview. I had been staking out an apartment, and Bundy showed up in his Volkswagen, and I waited a little while and went up and knocked on the door to see if I could get some kind of a reaction out of him.
What kind of reaction did you get? Anything?
No, pretty flippant. He wanted his attorney involved and didn't say anything about the case, nothing of any consequence.
You know, I haven't had an opportunity to be in front of a lot of serial killers, but I've seen tapes and I have seen allocutions in court. I watched Dennis Rader talk almost with glee about the details of his killings, and they seem so despicable and unlikable. But I keep hearing the opposite about Ted Bundy, that in the room, you could not imagine that he was the person that he really was, a monster.
Yeah, he was pretty glib and suave and fooled a lot of people.
Yeah, I'll bet. Well, to that question about fooling a lot of people, super fascinated when I heard that he sort of offered the Hannibal Lecter role to help police maybe get inside the head of the Green River killer to try to track that killer down. Can you tell me about the process that police used and why they would have believed anything that this glib, full of attitude, you know, killer would say?
Well, Bundy was playing every card he had in trying to extend out his life. And I'm sure he reveled in toying with the cops right up to the end. Or at least that's how he perceived it.
And was he believable? Was he, like, when he gave information, when he spoke in those tapes, did the police believe it, or did they take everything with a grain of salt and really only use a small percentage of it, if any at all?
No, I think Bob had to take it with a grain of salt, realizing that Bundy was probably pulling the ultimate con as his time wound down.
Was any of his information useful? I mean, it was quite a long time afterwards, I think 12 years after the execution of Bundy, that Gary Ridgway was hauled in. In retrospect, did they see that maybe some of his analysis was helpful or useful or might have led to other clues?
Well, I think Bob felt that anything that he could get out of Bundy would help our case from the 70s. And I think he profiled Ridgway pretty well. His personality, type of guy he was, kind of takes one to know one.
I'll say. Did they say at any point that that Bundy kind of, again, I always go back to Dennis Rader, watching Dennis Rader enjoying winding everyone up and shocking the hell out of all of us with his evil. Did they say that Bundy did the same thing when he was in the room, that he watched as people squirmed with the details of his behavior? Did he try to scare people or shock people? Or did he try to do the opposite, convince them that he wasn't that man that we all knew he was?
No, I think Bundy, when it came right down to it, gave Bob crucial information about the crime scene just east of Lake Sammamish, and also about Taylor Mountain, where the victims were dumped, that no one else had that knowledge other than the killer. And I don't know what Bundy's motive was to tell him the gruesome details about his decapitation and his necrophilia, but Bob just took it as professionally as possible, and I think Dave Reichert did too.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.